everybody. Welcome to the Reedland Farley Christmas dinner. So glad to see everybody tonight. Glad you were able to make it. You know, I'm sitting around here, just got my feet propped up and relaxed and just kind of kicked back a little bit. Been thinking a little bit about Christmas. It's right around the corner. Hope you're thinking about it too. While I'm sitting here, I just got to thinking, maybe you'd like to hear a little story before supper time. So, if you give me your attention for just a few minutes, I'll read you a story. It's a familiar story. Might have a little different twist to it than what you've heard in the past, but I hope you enjoy it. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the land, no alarms were sounding, no problems at hand. Brother Tommy in the office, and I'm in the bay. We're both making sure everything's clean and put away. The gear was all hung by the rigs with such care, in prep for the work that soon would be there. With all of the crew, all snug in their beds, with visions of flames all filling their heads. The radio crackled, "Stand by for a page." I was moving my fastest, but showing my age. I'm the oldest guy here. Give me a break. Let's see, where was I in this story? Oh, yeah. The lights come on and the crews all assemble. The young get ready. They're so willing and nimble. Donnie in his fish jammies and his slip-on shoes. And then there's Dennis with his fancy hairdo. You never know who's going to show up. Could be Chappie or Haley in the seat of the truck. On Blake, now Connor, on Jacob and Shane. To get there first is the name of the game. Switch on the lights and wind up the queue. I'm sure old Donnie will drive 32. Whatever you do, don't let Jody operate the siren. He uses that silly bee-doop, bee-doop, bee-doop. We hate that. That's a nasty siren. We were moving along all nice. The trip would be short. All we needed was an on-scene report. You can already hear the smashing of glass as we see the line of cruisers, impossible to pass. 301 is en route. The call isn't far. But the real question is, can he miss the parked car? Sorry about that, Chief. We just had to go there. Chief made the block with the squeal of his tires. 301 to all, we have a working fire. Hendren's en route. Do we really need them on scene? Everyone knows fire trucks aren't green. 35 calls en route with a crew of 3. If only they could find the wipers so Scott could see. I turned to the rookie with a wink and a nod. Turtle up, homie. It sounds like a job. We arrived on scene with a loud siren whine and went straight in the door with a charged handline. While making a push through the door, crews go left, covering the first floor. They made a search and looked all around. The primary was negative. No one was found. Through all of the smoke and flames in the hall, we heard a strange sound coming from the wall. From out of the chimney, all dressed in red, came old Saint Nick with a fire hat on his head. The crew and Santa continued their work. The fire was out, and he turned with a smirk. What happened next, you could hardly believe. But old Saint Nick had a trick up his sleeve. With the snap of his fingers, things went right back to the way they were before the fire attack. The scene around them was no longer tragic. The home was unburnt, as if it were magic. Now time to load up. Put everything where it goes. It's time to see if Corey can reload the hose. The crews were all tired and couldn't go on. Thank goodness we have our own Papa John. Santa looked around at all of their smiles, but he needed to go and cover more miles. Christmas was saved and the house was intact. But it was time for me to get back on track. He ran to his sleigh, gave his team a whistle, and through the sky they flew like a missile. But as he flew away, I heard him yell out, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Again, thank you for being here tonight. Hope you enjoyed our version of "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." We'll ask now that Brother Tommy will lead us in our invocation, and then we will eat. And again, we thank you all for being here. Hope you enjoy the evening. Merry Christmas to all. Ah, Christmas. Such a wonderful time of the year. It really is. Mm. Man, I smell the steaks and the chicken, the pizza. Everything just smells so good. Hey, you gonna eat that? Looks good. Wow. You wanna share that? Give me a bite of that. It looks good. Boy, the smell is just great. It's like Neil did a great job on this supper. Cut me a hunk of that. Hey, hey, I'm talking to you. Yeah, you. Give me a piece of that. Oh, gee, thanks. Remember,